Okay, let's learn how to add fractions when their denominators are not the same. You can see the first fraction, our denominator is 3, and the second one, the denominator is 6. We are not allowed to add if the denominators are different. So we have to make them the same, and how do we do that? Well, somehow we've got to get 3 here to look like a 6. We want them to be the same. And we can get it to 6. We can make that 3 times by 2. And remember our rules, what you do to the bottom, you always do to the top. Okay, so we're going to rewrite this then. We've changed no values. We're just changing our denominator into a 6. So it's going to be 2 times 2 is 4 over 3 times 2, which is 6. And then we add the rest of it in. And we have now 2 denominators that are the same. 6 and 6 are the same, so we can add. So we're going to say 4 plus 1 is 5 over 6. That's your answer. So the secret here is you have to make sure your original fraction ends up getting the same denominator. And 3 can go into 6, so we're going to multiply it by 2 to get to 6. And we're going to end up getting 6 on both of our fractions. And then 5 over 6 is our answer. Let's do it again now that you know the routine so we can get a little bit more practice. The thing you need to know is you may not add with 2 different denominators. We have to get the same denominator. And we can make 3 into 6 by timesing it by 2. And we know our rule, what we do to the denominator, we have to do to the numerator in the same fraction. So we rewrite it as 2 times 2 is 4, over 3 times 2 is 6, plus the rest of the sum. Now we have the same denominators here, 6 and 6. So we're welcome to continue with our addition. 4 plus 1 is 5 over 6. Easy. Okay, let's look at the next one. We have 2 different denominators again. We have a 5 and we have a 10. And with the plus, we may not. We have to have the same denominator. So it will be easy for us to make 5 into 10. We just have to times it by 2. And so we do the same to the numerator. Let's rewrite it then. So we've got 4 times 2 is 8 over 5 times 2 is 10 plus the balance of the sum. Now we've got 2 denominators the same. We are welcome to continue with our addition. 8 plus 3 is 11 over 10. What do you spy as our answer? It's an improper fraction. Technically this is correct, but if we're going to be experts, we have to convert it back into a mixed number. 10 goes into 11 once, remainder 1 over 10. Okay, so this can be correct, but this is even more correct. We want to leave our fractions in the simplest form, and it's not good to leave them as improper fractions. Okay, let's look at this one. 8 and 3. 3 can't become 8 because it's not on the 3 times table. And so we have to look at something that they both share as multiples. Remember when we learnt about lowest common multiples? Something that both of them can go into. The lowest number they can both go into. So let's think of our 3 times table and the 8 times table. And I would say that they can both go into probably 24, because 8 times 3 would be the first one. 3 can't go into 8 times 1, 3 can't go into 8 times 2, but 3 can go into 8 times 3. So let's make it 24. So for 8, let's write 24 there. So we remind ourselves we're making our denominator 24 for both of them. 8 is going to have to times by 3 to get to 24. So what you do to the numerator, you do to the denominator, you do to the numerator in the same one. And 3 is going to have to times by 8 to get to 24. So we did it to the denominator, now we're doing it to the numerator. Right, so let us rewrite this now. 5 times 3 is 15 over 8 times 3 is 24 plus 2 times 8 is 16 over 3 times 8, which is 24. Do you see we have a common denominator, so we are allowed to do our addition now? So that problem has been solved. Now we simply continue with our sum. 15 plus 16. If you don't know it in your head, you can always have a little scribble on the side. 5 plus 6 is 11, carry a 1. 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3. So now our answer is 31 over 24. And we have an improper fraction. Technically this answer is right, but we don't want an improper fraction, so we're going to simplify it by making it into a mixed number. 24 will fit into 31 once. And if you don't know what your remainder is, you can say 31 minus 24. You borrow there, that becomes a 2. 11 minus 4 is 7. 2 minus 2 is nothing. So it's 7 over 24. Right, there we go. That's your answer. Now, this is the screen where you're going to do this yourself. You're going to press pause. You're going to scribble it down on a piece of paper and you're going to solve it. And then you're going to come back and you're going to check against my answer. I'll see you just now. Okay, so you're back. We have two different denominators, so we can't add. We need to make them the same. How are we going to make 5 and 15 work together? Well, 5 actually is a multiple of 15, so all we have to do is make 5 into 15. How do we do that? Times 5 by 3. Then we do the top to the numerator, the same to the top, which is the numerator. Let's rewrite it then. We've got 7 over 15 plus 4 times 3 is 12 over 5 times 3, which is 15. Now we have the same denominators. We are welcome to add. So let us add. 7 plus 12 is 19. And if you don't know it, you can always go scribble there. Okay. 7 plus 2 is 9. 1. Okay, like that. 19 over 15. And we see we have an improper fraction here. We know technically that is correct, but we want to be experts, so we're going to convert it into a mixed number. 15 will go into 19 once, with a remainder of 4 over 15. Okay, how did we get the 4 remainder? We said 19 minus 15. 9 minus 5 is 4. Okay, so did you get that answer? I hope you did. If you did, then you are on a roll to success. If you didn't, just more practice is needed. As I've said many times, everybody can be good at maths. You just need to practice and know your times tables well. See you in the next lecture.